Hey guys, what's good? It's Ray. I'm already back in Australia for multiple reasons, mainly because of the coronavirus. I've made a video in China. I'll explain it more in that video. It's not really what this video is about. In fact, I'm not entirely sure how relevant this video is for my group of audience that mainly watches video game related content on this channel. But you know, no matter the size of the channel, I'm a content creator, and you know, maybe this is not the most suitable content for me to create based on the nature of my channel, but it's just a video I personally want to make, and that's it's currently like 2 o'clock in the morning in Australia. I just came back yesterday, so I'm still suffering from a bit of jet lag. And on top of that, like, what, 20 hours ago, I was informed by I guess I was reading news in the morning when I woke up at like 7:30, and the news just popped up. Kobe Bryant, NBA Lakers legendary superstar, has passed away. Oh my goodness, it took me that long to get out of my mouth. I don't personally drink this normally this time of the hour, but I just wanted something to make myself feel a bit better. I'm not the most die-hard Kobe fan, but Kobe is probably my second favorite NBA player behind Jeremy Lin. Unlike most fans that's probably as upset as I am for, and feel as bad as I am for Kobe right now, I've missed most of Kobe's prime. I started watching basketball, I started watching NBA because of Linsanity. That happened in 2012. So I didn't actually get to witness any of Kobe's championships. I just remember the first season I was watching basketball. The first game I've ever watched Kobe play was a game in the Linsanity period where the Knicks played the Lakers, and obviously I watched it because Jeremy Lin was on the rise, because everyone was talking about Linsanity. But then my friend who watched the first game with me pointed out to me and said, "You know Kobe, right?" I'm like, "Yes, I've heard of the name." He's like, "That guy's Kobe." And he had a pretty good game as well. I think he had either like 31 or 34 points in the game, though they lost. But at the time, I didn't feel anything special for him. I didn't feel anything special for anyone apart from Jeremy Lin, because I don't watch the sport. And the next memory for Kobe was kind of at the start of the 2013 season, where, you know, they had Kobe and Gasol, and they traded all their future away pretty much for Dwight Howard, who was supposedly in his prime, and Steve Nash, who was still a very good, probably a top 5 point guard the season before with the Phoenix Suns. And everyone was like, "Oh, the Lakers, Kobe's gonna win his 6th ring." And that statement didn't really mean anything to me, because I wasn't a fan back then. I was not a fan of Kobe Bryant. All I knew was that he's a superstar, you know. But I had all my attention on, you know, Lin, who's spending his first season with the Houston Rockets. I spent most of the time saying he could have been a better player than someone that averages, you know, 13-6. I spend most of the time arguing with my friends that's, you know, fans of James Harden, that Jeremy Lin is the better player. But every day when I browse Reddit, or I browse like basketball related news, I see, oh, Kobe did this again, Kobe did that again. But the Lakers were just in the worst position possible. They're not winning. Nash is always out. Dwight had some beef with Kobe, and I was like, man, I feel sorry for this superstar that's already 34 years old. By then, I knew good enough that 34 was a very, very old age, that up to a point that most superstars are not good anymore at that age. Like Shaq wasn't good anymore at that age. AI wasn't good anymore at that age. But he was killing it. He was bringing his team everywhere, and that's where I learned the Mamba mentality, that what it actually meant. And then against the Warriors, he torn his Achilles. And still at that stage, I knew basketball a bit. I've watched like a season of basketball, but I didn't know what that meant for Kobe. I didn't know that was the last performance we would see from the superstar version of Kobe Bryant. He rested for a whole season, came back, got injured again in 6 games. Funnily enough, it was 2015 to 16. It was Kobe's second last season where I started watching a lot of Kobe's basketball, because that was the season Jeremy Lin was traded to the Lakers. And man, the Lakers were in some bad state. No one wanted to go. I think the team was like, Julius Randle, rookie at the time, was out in like 14 minutes of play. The team was like Kobe, who played like 35 games in the season, Jeremy Lin, Jordan Hill, Carlos Boozer, players that were nobodies at that stage. And that's when I started to know more about this man, the man called Kobe Bryant, his past, his legacy, what he has done for the league and what he has achieved. 81 points, 62 points in 3 quarters, outscored the Mavericks' whole team. Those were things that I felt amazed, but not something that hit me to the heart. I think the one Kobe moment that really got through to me was the time where his finger was dislocated, and he literally waved it off and just went to the medical staff member and went like, fix this. And the medical staff member just... And that was it. He went back to play. And then I remember I was watching a game, and it was in that game where Brandon Jennings also torn his Achilles. I think he was with the Pistons back then. I still feel sorry for Brandon Jennings. He was a great player, and he was certainly on the rise. But suffering the same injury as Kobe, I saw Brandon Jennings rolling on the floor in such pain, and then I thought of Kobe. Again, no disrespect for Brandon. I understand that it is an incredibly painful injury, but then I thought of Kobe and how he knew something was wrong, but he pulled himself together. He made the free throws, and he walked off. He's a true influencer. He always does things you don't expect, like who scores 60 points in the last game of their career. I watched the game live. The game against the Jazz, where Kobe essentially won them the game and went full out Kobe mode for the last time. And he said that in 20 years time, if basketball is still my biggest achievement, I would say I have failed. And he's absolutely doing a lot more. He's winning Oscars, he's having his empire, he's making investments, he's living a successful life, and proven that with the Mamba mentality, I think he will be incredibly successful in whatever industry he decided to be in. And for the whole day, I was supposed to edit a video today, the one I shot in China before I came back. But I can't focus. I can't focus for the day. It's like I didn't think about like, oh, I should make a video on this, like on the spot. I just went blank for like at least like 12 hours. You know, I tried to sleep, I tried to do something else. Nothing seems to work. It's probably today where I realized how influential he was to me without me realizing, you know, his ambition, his desire for perfection, his mentality, the Mamba mentality. And, you know, I'm just one of those millions of people he has influenced, and there we go. A full stop. Completely out of the blue. No one would have saw this coming. And along, he lost Gianna, which, if I'm not wrong, is his most talented daughter in terms of basketball talent. I can't imagine how the people who actually knew him in person and his family are feeling. But you know, losing him is certainly a global event, and if anything, God, please let this all be a joke.